eyebrows are already done for time's sake, and I'm going to use the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. And the first shade out of this palette I plan on using with this brush from Coastal Scents. This is the 250 brush. It's just a fluffy blending brush. The first shade out of this palette I'm going to use is Low Blow. And these colors that I'm picking up have a little bit of fallout, so make sure you tap your brush off, considering our foundation is done already. And I'm going to apply this to my crease area, and I just want to just start warming up the crease and kind of use this as the basis for where all of the other eyeshadows will be placed. So I just use circular motions, keeping most of the color on the outer portion of my eye, and then once everything is already off of my brush, then I'll slowly begin to blend it forward using windshield wiper motions. After we went in with Low Blow in the crease, the next shade, using that same brush, if you have like a towel or something, you can just wipe it off. The next shade I'm gonna go in with is Cayenne. And again, make sure that you're tapping the color off of the brush so that you don't get any fallout. And I'm going to place this on the lower portion of my eyelid, and again just working in circular motions. And with these shades, you do want to build them up gradually, because I do think that it's easy to go overboard with them. But once you get them on there, they're pretty much on there. And then if you need to, any shade, while you're blending with eyeshadows, any shades that you have to go in with, if you need to add more on your brush and continue to blend them so that all of the shades blend effortlessly, then that's what you want to do. Or at least that's what I did in order to achieve this look. So now that I have Cayenne on the eye, the next shade I'm going to go in with is Ashes. And I'm going to use this Sedona Lace EB15 brush. And the reason being is because it has sort of a point to it. So I'm going to take Ashes on my brush, and Ashes is a deeper berry shade. And I'm going to place this on the outer portion of my eye, but also slowly blending it into the crease just to kind of like smoke this out. Now once it's placed on there, the next thing I'm going to do is take my blending brush that I've been using for the other shades and just kind of blend the edges of that out. And that's pretty much how you're going to end up with this look. There's a lot of going back with your placement and just kind of like adding shades in and then blending them back out. And then for my lid color, I'm going to take this brush right here. This is a flat shader brush, and this is a Sedona Lace 941. And I'm going to take Scorched, get some of that on my brush, and then I'm going to use my Mario Badescu facial spray and spray my brush, because this is going to allow that shade to be placed on the eye, one, without a lot of fallout, but as you can see, it really just like pops as soon as you place it on the eye. Now for like my inner tear duct, I am going to use the Betty Luminizer, and this is from the Balm Cosmetics, and this is just a gold highlight that they have. And I'm going to take that same brush, get some of the product on, and this is what I use to highlight my tear duct on my eye. You can also wet your brush so that highlight is just as intense as the eyeshadow that you placed on it, so that Scorched kind of blends into it, but they're both highlighted equally. Now another thing you want to do is whatever you do to the top is do to the bottom, and I'm going to take a little bit of Scorched on my brush that's already dampened, and I'm going to place that under my eye right here. And then off camera I'll probably intensify this, but the light is kind of blinding me. And then I'm going to take Ashes and apply that down here. And you only need a little bit of this just to intensify the lower portion of the eye. And then I'm going to take some more of Cayenne and just kind of like apply that right here. And then you can just constantly check your eyes back and forth to see whether or not anything needs to be fixed or, you know, adjusted. Once all of that is done, it's now time to line your eyes. Put mascara on and lashes if you choose. So using my NYX retractable pencil, this one is in black, I am just going to tight line, which means to line under the skin, under the lashes, under your top lashes. You want to line your eyes like that, and then also line your waterline. Okay. And if you want to do a wing, then you definitely can. The top portion of my eye, I'm also going to line, and that's really just going to help me as far as my placement of my eyelashes. So the eyelashes that I put on today are by Kiss, and they are their number 11 lashes. And I used my Tarteist Pro. This is the that's the eyelash adhesive that I used. So I'm going to go ahead and do all of that off camera because I absolutely cannot line my eyes and put my eyelashes on with this bright light shining in my eyes. After I do that, we'll jump into the face and the lips. Alright, I went ahead and finished the one side of my face so that you can see what that looks like. And to start off, we're going to use the Tarte. This is their Clay Face Shaping Palette. And the main two colors that I'm going to use in this are Terracotta and Timber. Terracotta I'm actually going to use to warm up the side of my face. And then Timber I'm going to go into slightly contour my cheek area. And the brush that I'm going to use to do that is my MAC 168 brush. And I like it because it has that nice angle on it. And let's get a little bit of terracotta on our brush. And as always, I'm so used to tapping the excess product off, okay? So I like to start off with a little bit so that I don't have to worry about fixing any mistakes. And I always keep mine, most of my color is always targeted here. I have a very strong face shape. I get it from my father, so that's why dramatic looks on me, I'm always like, I don't really know, because I just carry a very strong facial shape, and I love it, but I'm just mindful of the looks that I play with on my face, as well as the fact that I am wearing a really short haircut. So sometimes for me and my taste, I just feel like it can be a little bit of overkill. But that's just me. And some days I don't care. So after I apply terracotta, I am going to take a little bit of Timber and I'm going to literally just touch my brush in there because it does come up as a lot on the brush. And I'm going to focus that here just to deepen my contour. Okay. The first color was just to warm up my face, and this is going to really help me contour. Now I'm just going to wipe my brush off on a towel that I have here and kind of just like really blend those two out. Pick a little bit of terracotta back up and just blend that out. Now if you were to really have any big mistakes, I normally just take like a big fluffy blending brush. This is an Echo Tools bronzer brush, and now I can only seem to find this on Amazon and not at Ulta where I originally purchased it. And because it has like some of my face powder on it, I'll sometimes just go over the area that I was contouring and bronzing, just to kind of let that all blend together and sort of like let it act as an eraser for any boo-boos if I happen to go a little heavy-handed with my bronzing and contouring. Now for my blush, I'm going to use the Becca. This is the Becca Sunlit Bronzer in Maui Nights. This is a gorgeous shade and I purchased it from Ulta. Once I saw it, I knew I wanted to use this, and I will probably use this a lot for the fall. Hopefully my lighting isn't too bright and you can see the actual color of it, but I love this. The brush I'm going to use is the multitask brush, and this is from Real Techniques. Purchased this from Ulta as well. As usual, pick the product up, tap anything additional off, and I'm going to, you guys should pay attention to how I hold my hand. I hold my brushes at the end, and that's basically so that I am not gripping the brush too hard, and it's going to allow me to have a really nice light application of my product. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply my blush. And then if I feel like I need to add more, I can always do that off camera. But for my highlight, I'm going to use that Betty Luminizer from the Balm. This is the same inner tear duct highlight that we used before. And I'm going to take my MAC 168 brush, wipe it off, and highlight the top of my cheekbone with this. Now, because the eye look is so intense, I'm trying to add color to my face, but not have it be too intense. I'm going to use my MAC Prep and Prime Lip Primer and apply this to my lips. Lord, they so desperately needed some moisture because I had applied my foundation. And they had them looking crazy. Alright. So now that my lips are primed, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Matte Metallic Paints. This one is in Bronze Burgundy, number 380. I love the colors of these. I do like the applicator. I feel like this is drying out inside of the tube a little bit. It could just be the product, it could be me, I'm not sure. But I love these colors, but I feel like they need a primer to help aid in the longevity of them on the lips, because the second you eat something or drink something, they immediately wear off, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. However, they're not long wearing like a traditional liquid lipstick would be. So just to give you guys a heads up. And I purchased these from Ulta this past summer, and when I purchased them, they were buy one get one 50% off, and I believe they're $9.99. And I was recently at Ulta and they did still have these. I'm gonna stop talking and apply this, and then I'll come back. Alright dolls, that completes the look. If you liked it, please be sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not. I would love to have you. And as always, and until next time, thank you so much for watching. Have a gorgeous day, dolls. Smooches. Mwah. Bye.